Jay, 4 months into the season, how's it been so far?
It's been really impressive so far. 7 wins from 10 games. Not a bad return. Obviously, we've highlighted the games in which we've dropped points in the league. Not games we wanted to lose at home, but overall we've got to be satisfied with the position we find ourselves in.
Looking ahead to this weekend, where you're in FA Cup action, how valued is this competition in the women's game?
Highly valued. Obviously, domestic, one of the biggest, if not the biggest domestic cup competition in England, and renowned worldwide. The exposure it's getting now in the women's game, final being played at Wembley, the crowds increasing year on year. It's something obviously all the players and the staff at the club aspire to get to, and it all starts on Sunday against Leyton Orient.
What have been some of your best FA Cup memories in recent years?
In recent years, obviously we've had opportunity. First year when I joined, beat Leyton away to get a nice trip at the Valley. We had a good day out at the Valley against Charlton. Unfortunately, not got the result we wanted, but a fantastic platform for the girls to play on. And obviously, again, we had the following year we had a test up away at Blackburn. We've had a lot of away trips over the years since I've been here, and testing ourselves against a Blackburn team that had won the treble 3 years on the bounce and had all the qualities and resources of a championship team. To pit ourselves against that was excellent. Again, an unfortunate result, but overall a good encounter for us.
Looking back at Pompey Women's history in the FA Cup, there's been some really impressive runs. How can you use this to fuel a run this year?
Yeah, you look back at the history and it's always a competition that the club have highlighted, something they want to do well in. I think, like you said, it was around 8 years ago they managed to get to the quarter-finals and face Notts County and went on a fantastic run, which that run obviously brings exposure, it brings finances through as well, which is fantastic, and it's something we want to do. But ultimately, in order to get that far, you've got to focus on each game as it comes, and it starts at home against Leyton Orient.
Times haven't been too good recently in this competition. How can you improve on that?
I think we probably haven't looked at the competition, or I wouldn't say treat it with respect. We treated every competition and game with respect, but over recent years it's been a bit of a transition, and all our eggs have gone in kind of into the league in a way and focused solely on that. Last year was very disappointing, losing a very poor performance away at Wimbledon and didn't manage to get through what could have been a nice little cut run on paper. So we obviously, the girls have highlighted it's something we want to do well in, and with the 2 games away from potentially entertaining a top Super League team, that's the kind of the carrot dangling in front of us to go on and get them wins.
Obviously, being at home this weekend against Leyton Orient, like you mentioned, can that be used as an advantage? Massive.
I think over my time, we've had 5 or 6 FA Cup games, and they've all been away. So we've never actually had an FA Cup game in Portsmouth. So it's definitely something to look forward to. The last 5 games we've played have all been away from home over about 8 or 9 weeks. So the last home game was September. So it's nice to get back to familiar surroundings, get a good crowd down. There's always going to be a good atmosphere when it's FA Cup weekend.
For those that don't know, could you just tell us where the games are played and when some of the fixtures are?
Yeah, the games are played at Baffin's Milton Rovers, just off Eastham Road, a lovely little ground that we share with the Wessex Premier team. And we play obviously every Sunday, rain dependent, as it's caused a few issues in recent weeks, but mostly on the weekends with a midweek game next year scheduled against neighbours Chichester.